Coming up tonight on Newsline 9 at 9 on the CW. New details about the man arrested in a deadly Oneida County crash. Plus, new reports on the U.S. fight against ISIS.
From WAOW, all your coverage in stunning high definition. This is Newsline 9 at 9 on Central Wisconsin CW.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Nancy Yousef. A bombshell announcement about intelligence reports on the United States fight against ISIS. ABC's Lana Zach has the latest from Washington.
The president arrived back in Washington, and amid growing fears about the terrorist threat of ISIL, he is confronted with another troubling report, this time about the very intelligence he's been receiving.
One of the things I insisted on the day I walked into the Oval Office was that I don't want intelligence shaded by politics. I don't want it shaded by the desire to tell a feel-good story. We can't make good policy unless we've got good, accurate, hard-headed, clear-eyed intelligence.
But now fears that the intelligence coming out of Central Command, which oversees U.S. operations in Syria and Iraq, may have been altered to present a more optimistic picture of the U.S. fight against ISIL.
It's not as if I've been receiving wonderfully rosy, glowing portraits of what's been happening in Iraq and Syria over the last year and a half. It feels to me like, at my level at least, we've had a pretty clear-eyed, sober assessment of where we've made real progress and where we have not.
The president and others are now calling for an expanded investigation. White House spokesman Josh Earnest insisting the president never encouraged withholding bad news.
The president would rather get that information and make changes to the strategy where necessary than not.
And there's more troubling news. The head of the House Intelligence Committee says that in addition to ISIL in Syria, he's also concerned about altered reports coming out about Afghanistan. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Belgium remains under its highest state of terror warning. The city of Brussels is on lockdown for a third day and will remain this way until next week. Subways and schools will reopen Wednesday. Authorities fear a series of Paris copycat attacks.
Yeah, I find it very scary. I didn't really want to come here, but Brian wanted to. But I'd like to leave soon.
Just the insecurity. But we don't know how to say, feeling not good.
Belgian police arrested nearly 24 suspects during raids yesterday. A 20-year-old man accused of drunken driving and killing a man appeared in court today. Randall Lego was arrested for drunken driving. He made his first court appearance today. Officials say his car hit a pole in the town of Pine Lake. 23-year-old Jacob Yedis was killed in the crash. Sheriff's officials say Lego refused a breathalyzer. They're waiting on results from a blood test.
It's obviously very upsetting because the passenger was young as well. So we've lost 2 youths from our community, and it appears to be from alcohol. And so it's a very sad thing.
Lego declined an interview. He's free on a signature bond. A police officer was killed in a 2-car crash in the Dane County area. Sheriff's officials say a 25-year-old woman in a pickup truck crossed the center line and hit the officer's car head-on. The woman was taken to a hospital with minor injuries. The officer's name and department have not yet been released.
Was he on duty, off duty? And if on duty, do you know if he was on patrol or what he was doing?
He was just starting his shift.
The crash is under investigation. We have an update on the man who was hurt in a bulldozer accident in Marathon County. It happened yesterday in the town of Hamburg. Officials say the man suffered injuries to his legs. They say the man was using a bulldozer while cutting trees and was run over as he accidentally put the machine into gear.
Well, we had a pretty nice Monday, and it looks like the quiet weather will linger for tonight. Here's a live view outside with our downtown Wausau sky cam. Just some cloud cover over the area. We actually were running about 5 or 6 degrees above normal in much of central Wisconsin today. The high 41 in Wausau and Merrill, 43 in Marshfield, and 44 in Wisconsin Rapids. Now we're kind of settling back into the mid and low 30s out there. Nothing too dramatic, really. Cloud cover over us at this moment. There's some snow showers up in upper and lower Michigan, but they will be missing us tonight. Temperature-wise, will maybe fall to the mid or upper 20s overnight. Some partial sunshine developing in the morning. Find out, though, about some rain and snow on the way toward Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Tony. 6 different groundbreaking ceremonies kicked off renovation and expansion projects at Wausau schools today. The Wausau School District will be adding new programs to the high schools, including automotive and graphic arts. 4K learning academies will also be added to 4 elementary schools, as well as additional classrooms. School officials say the changes will help students at all levels.
Help us better prepare our students to be college and career ready at the high school level, and also provide safe and nurturing environments for our early learners.
The project was approved through a referendum. The city of Wausau is making the chore of taking out the trash a little easier. Beginning next week, homeowners will have trash and recycling cans on wheels. City officials are spending $1.2 million to make this change. They hope it will encourage people to throw away less and recycle more.
You know, we think maybe some people are not recycling today because they have unlimited capacity for garbage. By limiting the garbage, it will incentivize people to do more recycling.
The recycling cans will be 30 gallons larger than the trash cans. The new system will begin on January 1st. The Packers snapped their 3-game losing streak. Newsline 9's Josh Holland joins us in studio with more. Josh.
If every game is a separate chapter, we'll call this one the revival of Eddie Lacy. In his last 4 games, the Packers running back had a combined 78 yards on the ground. Yesterday, 100 even. Lacy has been battling an ankle and groin injuries this season, so whether it's his health or just a general wake-up call, it appears Lacy is back in full form, and that's vital for this Packers offense because with the passing game struggles, the revival of the running game gives the offense an important element back: balance.
You know, this is the way we prefer to play. We don't want to be 66 runs or 66 passes, you know, each game. And so I think the way our offense, you know, performed today is what we're looking for.
Eddie was really going today. You know, he felt good, looked like he was 100%, and he was running tough. You know, he's breaking a lot of tackles. It was good to get him going and consistently go back to him, and he gave us a lot tonight.
And, of course, we had our Pack Attack taping earlier tonight. Special player guest was Packers receiver Jeff Janis. Be sure to watch the show tomorrow night at 6:30 on Newsline 9. As always, we are your official Packers station.
And this is Josh, by the way. We forgot to take him on camera.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were doing a really good voice impersonation or not.
I was looking at the camera, I'm looking down, and then I'm smiling. I'm like, take Josh.
Well, things a lot happier here in Wisconsin now that the Packers are on a small but still a winning streak.
The curse is over?
A lot of curses are over if you buy into that. I think they just played better.
Okay, thanks so much, Josh. A new upgrade to the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign in the Milwaukee area. It's called the Salvation Army Dip Jar. You put your credit card or debit card in the slot, wait a few seconds, and you're done. Right now, there's a jar inside a Milwaukee cafe, and leaders say more are coming to other businesses around the city.
We have to keep up with the times. Cash will always be there. We'll always have the red kettles out there. But as we move toward a cashless society, we have to have methods and ways for people to be able to give.
He says the Salvation Army hopes to raise $3.9 million this year. An 11-year-old Wisconsin student is receiving high praise tonight for saving her classmate's life.
I got up and then I put my hands on him and then I just did that.
It happened during lunch last week. The Racine student performed the Heimlich maneuver when her friend was choking on a quesadilla.
Then he started pointing to his throat and drooling a little bit, and then the teacher called and said, "Oh my God, are you choking?" And he said yes, so I hurried up and got up without even thinking, and then I did the Heimlich.
The pair have been friends since the first grade. They're now 5th graders at SC Johnson Elementary School and sit across from each other every day at lunch. A children's museum has opened in the Wausau Center Mall. It opened up about a week ago. Organizers say the exhibits are all designed with childhood development in mind. Parents say they were happy to see the new addition to the mall, and it came just in time for the chilly temperatures.
It's great to have it here in the mall. It's warm and gives a place for parent and moms to go, to get out and meet other moms too.
We like that it's another place to come during the winter when it's cold outside and we can't find anything to do.
The museum is free, but organizers are asking families to make a donation if they can. Coming up, Titletown gears up for Brett Favre's return. You're watching Newsline 9 at 9 on the CW. Well, Packers fans and businesses are gearing up for Brett Favre's big return on Thanksgiving. His number 4 will be retired during a special ceremony at Lambeau Field. Courtney Ryan has the story from Titletown.
This Thanksgiving, Brett Favre will return home to the frozen tundra.
It's good to have him come back. He belongs here.
As his name and retired number will be unveiled in the Ring of Honor inside Lambeau Field.
Everybody's going to have a good time watching him come back and do a big celebration game.
While fans are excited for his big return, area businesses are also getting ready.
We have a beer called Four. This was our owner's idea. It's a tribute to Brett Favre.
Titletown Brewing Company's brewmaster says the beer's flavor is not like any other.
It's closest to like a brown ale, so it's going to have a nice rich malt character, and then it has a real sturdy, ample dose of hops. So a little bit of bitterness, a little bit of hop flavor.
Plans for the new beer have been in the works ever since the Packers announced they were going to honor Brett Favre on Thanksgiving.
It's a hard ticket to get, so a lot of people who want to go to the game can't go to the game, and we're just trying to create a really fun experience for them.
Jim Kraterich is the chief operating officer for the brewery. He anticipates a large crowd for the game.
It's Packer Bear, it's a holiday, it's the Favre, it's just kind of a perfect storm of Packer fun.
In the shadows of Lambeau Field, Stadium View is honoring Favre by selling special t-shirts for $15, with a portion going to charity. Event coordinator Kelly Hewitt says it's the perfect way to welcome Favre home.
You look at the shirt, it can be multiple things. Your Thanksgiving game, you're thanking Brett for all the years of memories, and you're forgiving Brett for going to the Vikings.
But for fans, it's not the beer and shirts they're looking forward to.
Well, the Bears' defeat, obviously, #1, right?
Favre's ceremony is set to happen at halftime of the game on Thanksgiving night. Former quarterback Bart Starr will be there as well. And stay with us. Tony's in next with your forecast right here on Newsline 9 at 9 on the CW. A national anthem in Australia full of hiccups. Jeremy Roth has more tonight. Take a look at this.
Singing the national anthem in front of a crowd is hard enough, but singing it with the hiccups? Now that's just plain terrifying. Just ask 7-year-old Ethan Hall of Adelaide, Australia. He hiccuped his way through the Australian national anthem at a baseball game. But no worries, at the end of his performance, the crowd went wild. A seat in the Mississippi House of Representatives was determined by literally drawing straws. Yeah. Oh, wait, really? Oh, look at that. It was. The two candidates were tied for votes, and the law says whoever draws the longest straw wins. The Democratic incumbent drew the longer green straw, while his Republican challenger got a short red one. Critics want the law changed. And a Muslim student in South Carolina hopes to make the world a better place, one hug at a time. He stood outside on a chilly Saturday night, blindfolded, with arms wide open. He was asking for people to trust him enough to give him a hug. His aim is to quell the Muslim backlash after the Paris attacks.
I didn't expect that much positivity coming, but I had faith in Greenville. It's something that shows love, peace, acceptance. That's what this was all about.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
2 turkeys got a lucky break, now spared from ending up on a Thanksgiving table. According to the Raptor Education Group in Anago, the turkeys fell off a truck on the way to the market. The birds were taken to the Anago facility and will, quote, never see the inside of an oven, according to the group. The lucky bunch. We'll be back at the final check of your forecast, plus a look at what we're working on for Newsline 9 at 10. You're watching Newsline 9 at 9.